Hey there, my name is Brent Vanderswag, and I'm the president of GutterExperts.com and the founder of GutterCon, which was just held in Orlando, Florida this past week at the Gaylord Palms Resort and Convention Center. I love to chat with people in the gutter industry, suppliers, inventors, manufacturers, and gutter guys and gals just like you and me. I enjoy finding out how they got into the business, where they came from, and what their businesses are doing in the gutter industry today. Please meet my guest for today, Tony Voloshin. Tony lives in Damascus, Oregon, and runs Royal Gutters Inc., and is also a partner with his brother, Vitaliy Voloshin, who's one of our board members at GutterCon, gutter supply company called GutterAll, and they just moved to Troutdale, Oregon. How are you doing today, Tony?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your video that you posted to your YouTube channel. It came up in my feed that you were at GutterCon. Of course, I met you at GutterCon, but you do a lot of video recording, and it looks like you've got like over 1 million views with all your videos.
For sure, yeah, multi-million views. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm
How
really
long
happy.
How long you been doing the videography?
I actually started when we were doing Multnomah Falls Lodge. I guess it was like October of last year, so I think 6 months now.
What were you doing?
Multnomah Falls Lodge. It was one of the most famous waterfalls in Oregon. It's a lodge. So I thought it'd be cool to make a video of the process of how we do gutters.
Oh, okay. So you did a video of of putting gutters on the lodge.
On the lodge, yeah, it's a historical site. So
what kind of gutters did you put up?
We put half round gutters, 24 gauge steel, lots of brackets.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it was a fun experience. There was thousands of people walking through, and
cool.
It was interesting to work all around the people.
Yeah. What size half round did you put up?
So the machine we have is 6-inch.
Yeah.
Half round, uses a 12-inch coil, of course.
Yeah.
It's readily available. And we did 4-inch round downspouts, also 24 gauge steel.
Oh wow.
So yeah, we might put a link in the description below for that video.
I'll get that link from you, and I'll definitely post it on our end too. What color was it?
It was a gray color.
Yeah.
We tried to push copper because it was a historical site.
Yeah.
But the Oregon Department of Forestry kind of took too long and did not want to approve copper.
Yeah.
It was not the cost issue. It was just board members taking too long to approve. So
yeah,
they went with the gray color.
Yeah.
It looks okay.
Yeah. How many linear feet was it? Do you remember?
It was like 350 feet of gutters and 300 feet of downspout.
Okay, so decent size.
Yeah. We put the enclosed cleanouts on that, so they're hidden. So it turned out really, really nice.
Nice. Well, I'm anxious to see that video for sure. So yes, you got a little bit of an accent there. Where does the Voloshin family come from?
Originally we came from Ukraine.
Yeah.
And I was 8 years old when I came to the States.
8 years old. Okay. How old are you now?
38.
Okay, so 30 years ago.
30 years ago, yes, sir.
And you got family in Ukraine?
I got some cousins in Ukraine.
Yeah.
They're doing okay.
They're doing okay.
They're in Kyiv in the heart of the Ukraine. So
yeah. Yeah, tough watching what's happening over there for sure, isn't it?
Yeah, politics and money and power, it all takes a toll on the people.
Yeah, for sure. So listen, tell me a little bit about Royal Gutters and when you guys got started. It's a family business, I understand.
Yes, sir. So yeah, my father was doing gutters for about 8 years. And I started helping him when I was in middle school. So I would make phone calls because he had a language barrier. So I'd make all the quotes for him. And
oh, yeah, that's okay.
It was kind of interesting because I would be in school and on my break, I would call people, set up appointments, and so I just kind of got stuck with the gutter business, even though
Stuck with it?
yeah, basically. All through college, I was sitting in college. I went to college for 2 years. I'm like, man, 3 hour lecture. I could knock out a house and
Make $1,000.
make a couple $1,000, and wow, I'm like, oh. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, my dad's
Did you
been doing
finish
it for a
school?
while. I finished high school with 4.0, and then I had the 4.0s all through college.
Yeah.
I think I had like one semester left to get my 2 year degree, but we started being very, very successful in gutter installs. And it was all about, well, I took 1 year of basically medical classes, and I kind of figured that's not my thing,
It was
medicine.
either hang gutters or be a doctor. So you hung gutter. You
Yeah.
decided
So
to hang
basically,
gutters.
I'm a gutter doctor now.
A gutter doctor. Oh, I
I don't know
like
if I
that.
should change my name from Royal Gutter to Gutter Doctor, but
I've seen a couple gutter doctors for sure
yeah.
around the
So I
U.S.
took 1 year of medical, and then 1 year of business classes, and I kind of like the business stuff better.
Yeah.
I like talking to people, doing quotes, making the project work for the customer, and making it better, protecting their homes.
Yeah. What about Vitaliy? Is Vitaliy your older brother or younger brother?
He's younger.
Oh, he's younger. I thought he was older for some reason. So he was.
He might act older, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit more mature, is he?
He's more on the computer technological side, numbers and math and all that. I'm more hands-on, get the job done.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're both important things to do for sure. But Vitaliy, mainly he focuses on your gutter supply business, right?
Correct. Yep. So he runs the store, lots of customers. He's got more employees than we have for the gutter installs. We've been tapering down on our installs, trying to make the transition smooth to just GutterAll only in the future.
Okay, gotcha. So that's you're going to move out of the install business. Is that your plan?
If everything works out well, I mean, with all the shortages and pandemics and stuff like that, the transition is taking a little bit longer. But you got to give other people a chance to get out there, do some installs, make some money. You can't always be holding on to that. I mean, it's
well, it must be a little bit of a conflict of interest too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we had a customer call the other day. He was looking for a specific gutter, and we gave him a price from Royal Gutters, and I guess it was a little high. So he calls the store to get a second quote, and I happened to be there. So I pick up the phone again. He's like, oh, you're the same guy? I'm like, yeah. So it is a little bit interesting how it so eventually we'll have to fade out.
Yeah. So will you fade out, or do you think you'll sell the business?
Either one, fade out or let's see here. I got some phone calls coming in, but
oh yeah, it looks like you got well, phone calls aren't bad. That's always a good thing this time of year. So and you guys just back to GutterAll, you guys just moved into a bigger location, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We have about 10,000 square feet right now.
Yeah.
And lots of parking. So huge warehouse. Lots more opportunities opened up for us.
Yeah. And I remember speaking with Vitaliy about how he operated the store. You guys for your I guess top clients, they actually get let into the store after hours. They could pick their own supplies and get ready for the next day. And you guys just monitor that all by video and let them in and out. And that all works pretty good, huh?
Yes, sir. Open 24/7. There's customers out there that have an emergency job or something else. They want to get going early Monday morning. They can stop by anytime. there's no other store in the country that has this kind of access to their materials. It's
Wow.
one of a kind.
And I mean, obviously it's working. You don't have any issues?
Working as gutter installs, or?
No, no, I mean, like you don't have someone saying they took one coil and they really took two coils. Like that just doesn't happen. They know
We
better.
work with trusted people,
Yeah.
and
And you don't want
we
to mess with Ukrainians either, right?
no, yeah, um, for sure. No, it's a trustworthy relationship that we have with the
Hmm.
customers, and we respect each other's properties, and
Hmm.
we're trying to help each other out. I mean, throughout the years, just locally here in Portland, I've helped about 7 gutter companies start up,
Yeah.
and I helped one in Minnesota. We got one in Colorado. We had one in Miami at one point. Had one in South Carolina, and they're all friends and family that they come over here for a month or two. I teach them how to do installs, and they go back and they start their own little gutter company. It's not that hard to do.
Is
We
that
also have a
is that
outfit.
something that you charge to do, or is it
No,
something you just they come and
no,
work?
I just
You kind of get some free labor out of them, and they help you.
no,
And no, you pay them.
no. We pay them for helping us out, and they're just friends and family. So we're here to
Okay.
help each other. In
Like
return, they call us.
literally their family, like their other Voloshians. Is that what you're talking about?
No, no, just relatives, friends.
Yeah.
So I have another guy from Tennessee calling. He needs some help setting up his gutter company. But
Nice.
hey, we're here to help out, and um, they call us back. They share ideas, and we grow together.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great attitude that you have there. I mean, you can't do all the work anyway. There's so much work
No,
out
there's
there, right?
plenty of work. I mean, we don't even do new construction here in Portland. We stay away from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just way too many companies that are just started up, new construction. They don't really care about the quality as much. We're
Hmm.
more on a high end install, like premium professional craftsmanship.
Yeah. Gotcha. So how big of a company do you guys run? How many crews do you have running?
So in the summertime, we would get up to like 4 crews, and then we would taper down to 1 or 2 crews in the winter.
Gotcha. And what's your winters like in Oregon? Is it pretty wet or do you have a lot of snow?
We had ice for a couple days, not that much snow, but mostly just cloudy and drizzling. Not a lot of
Hmm.
showers this year.
No. We've got here on the East Coast, like today, it is pouring rain. I'd be afraid if this was snow falling. We probably have 2 feet of snow. The rain is just so hard today. It's crazy. It's been the last 10 hours just pouring rain here. So
Wow. Well, I got a little riddle. How do you defend yourself underwater?
how do I
How do you
defend
defend yourself
myself?
underwater?
I don't know.
I'll just answer that. You carry a swordfish. So
That was
same thing
bad.
with so same thing with we carry the water by installing gutters.
Yeah.
So we protect the houses.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of ability to help other customers and homeowners protecting their investments in their houses by running the water away from their foundations, and it just feels good to help out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you're in a wet part of the country too, aren't you?
Oregon, Washington, yeah,
You
it's
guys are known
pretty
for your
rainy.
rain. Same as British Columbia and so on. You get a lot of rain up there.
Yeah, well, without rain, we wouldn't have life. So we're
Well,
happy for
I
everyone.
always say if it didn't rain, we'd be out of business, right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So again, just to get back to your video production that you do, You did a nice little, I don't know, I think it was like 15-minute video about traveling across the country from Oregon to Florida. Came to GutterCon. What did you weren't there last year? What'd you think of it?
So Vitaliy has been telling me about this trip for a while. He's like, you should post a video, advertise it. I'm like, I don't even know what this thing is. Didn't hear about it. I heard went, he goes
Last
to
year.
all the conventions. He goes to
Yeah.
all the conventions. He
Yeah.
doesn't miss anything. If it's an outdoor convention, indoor convention, he just
He
goes to
does.
all of them. So I've heard about the machine that he won and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever. But I didn't know how serious this GutterCon was. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. It's exciting actually to have a convention in our industry. I've
Yeah.
never heard of such thing, and I appreciate you getting that rolling. That's just
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was
So I
something.
actually
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna say it
I
was
have a
always
couple.
something that I kind of dreamed of too. Like I was always Googling gutter convention and just never could find one. So
Wow. So you finally just stepped up your game and
I was turning
made it
50.
happen.
I was turning 50 and I said, man, if I don't do this now, I'm soon going to be 60. So I just said this now or never. So that's what I did.
Wow. How expensive is it to run a convention for a couple days like that? If it's not a secret.
Well, I really should tell everyone because I got a lot of grief about the 699 this year, but it's not cheap to put one on. I'll tell you, it's not a big money making proposition. That's for sure.
Well, I
Um,
don't think it's even about the money. It just seems like you enjoy having these meetings.
oh, I mean, yeah, if I could make a living doing this, that would be awesome. I mean, isn't that everyone's dream? Have a job
Yeah,
that you love to do and make a living. So, I mean, I have my gutter business, which is my bread and butter. That's how I live. I certainly am not living off of GutterCon. It's very expensive to put on one of these. So even more so this year, being at the Gaylord, it's an upscale. It's not a hotel; it's a resort, right?
for
So
sure.
it's upscale rooms. It's an upscale resort. The food was fantastic. I mean, it's a six-figure proposition, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have to confess, I was at the pool all day one of the
Oh,
one
were
of the
you?
days. I'm like, I just gotta go swimming.
Yeah. Did you try the wave pool, like the surfing thing?
I haven't tried the surfing pool, but I went into the tube where it
Oh
counts
yeah,
down three, two,
yeah.
one, and it drops you.
Oh yeah.
That was amazing. Yeah, super exciting.
Good. Well, I think if there's one thing that I wish we could have done, or if we'll do it again, I mean, we haven't picked a place for next year. I'm actually considering going back to the same place. Um, I know there's a lot of people that want to go to Nashville, but the weather in Florida is just fantastic. I mean,
For sure. Yeah. Well,
that's,
you can do a 2023 B
yeah, I
in
could
Portland,
do.
Oregon. I got a lot of gutter guys here. They're like, oh, we wish we could have went. Maybe we can have something local, maybe one day convention or something like that. Who
Yeah.
knows? Something more basic.
Well, we are talking about some other things, some other trips, that because I think it's not all about, listening to speakers all day. And I think most of the connections are made after. Like I just really almost brought tears to my eyes looking out at lunchtime, everyone sitting around all those tables, just talking about all things gutter. I think that's where the connections are made. And I was just to finish up talking about the pool. I wish we would have done something around a pool, like a pool party or something. Um, I wish we would have done something like that this year. That would have been fun to do.
Yeah, I mean, the water would rise for sure if
Yeah.
everybody got in the
And
pool.
the water temperature would probably rise a little bit too, huh?
For sure, yeah, yeah. No, we'd start thinking how to drain this water and come up with some downspout systems.
Yeah. Add a little bit more chlorine, that's for sure, right?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good hotel. next time I'll bring my kids because they stayed behind.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, at the Gaylord, this particular resort, they had not only the pool, but they had a water park there too, which of course was included. So that was one of the reasons for going there. That I was kind of hoping that people would bring their family, and while Dad's at GutterCon, maybe the wife and kids would be at the pool. I don't know how many families actually came, but we got a little bit of. We stayed a couple extra days after the event, and it's certainly nice sitting by the pool with those warmer temperatures. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'd definitely bring the family with all the kids so everybody can enjoy the trip.
Yeah.
I do recommend showing up a day or two earlier because I showed
Yeah.
up on Friday morning. I was just jet lag.
Yeah.
So I couldn't keep my eyes open at the convention. So I
Yeah.
did make a video here and there
Yeah.
and did as much as I could.
So did you meet up with any of the exhibitors that you were particularly impressed with?
Yeah, for sure. The guys from Canada with their gutter screen, the double
Yeah.
layer, that was
Yeah.
amazing. The Alumirex, I think that's what it's called.
Alurex.
Alurex,
Yeah.
yeah, what an amazing product. I think we ordered a couple pallets of that. We're gonna test it out.
Nice.
So we'll kind of go from there. And then I think Vitaliy made some connections and possibly getting some downspout coil and stuff like that because we've got the machines, we got the tanks,
Yeah, I
but
heard
we don't have the missiles.
Yeah, I heard you guys got some machines. Are you going to get up and running with the downspout machines, do you think?
Yeah, as soon as we get some materials in. At this point, the material was so expensive, it was cheaper to buy the downspouts packaged in the box, ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
get it.
hopefully Vitaliy made some connections at the GutterCon and made some friends over there that know a supplier or two.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely made. I haven't talked to him since, but I'm sure he was probably chatting with some of the guys that are in the manufacturing business for sure.
Yeah, well, he came back from the GutterCon, and the next day he took off to Hawaii. So for a couple of weeks.
Life is good.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're
So
stuck here in Oregon and British Columbia in the rains.
in the rain, yeah. So, and also, I asked you what kind of car you were in. I kind of recognized it. I rented a Tesla once when I was in Phoenix and just loved it. So you have a Tesla for a estimating vehicle, is that right?
Correct. Yep.
And you like
Just to
it?
get around town. Well, we love it. It's really comfortable. When we first got it, it was kind of interesting, but I came to enjoy it. It's an exciting car to drive.
Yeah.
It's actually fun to go do bids.
Yeah. Do you have it all lettered up?
Nope.
Just plain
Undercover.
undercover.
Yep. Undercover.
Well,
Yeah, well, we have another guy that has a truck and he does full-time bids,
yeah,
but we're kind of like a backup.
I see.
So we have this car as a backup for estimates, not full-time estimates.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah,
But it definitely makes a difference on what car you drive for your quotes. That's for sure.
yeah. In what way? What do you mean?
Oh, a couple of years ago, I had a retired Dodge Charger with a grill and everything. It was like a police car, and
Oh
I was just
yeah.
driving that for fun. And I would come up to the houses, and people would be like, "Oh, you're a detective. You're here to scope us out." I'm like, "No, I'm just a gutter guy." So I had to get rid of that.
You had to get rid of that.
I had to get rid
Well,
of it, but I had a lot of fun with that car. There was one customer that didn't want to pay us, and so I showed up to his house on my ex-police car,
oh
and
yeah.
he's right about to drive out, and I block him in with my grill guard, and I'm like, "Hey, can I get a check?" "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." Yeah,
Well,
it was
that's
a
pretty
blast.
cool. Well,
He was a friend of mine, but you know how friends are; they don't want to pay.
yeah, they're the worst ones to work for, aren't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to my regular customers for sure.
No. But it's interesting what you said about, it is important, the vehicle you drive. And I wonder, there's no one here that drives Tesla. for an estimating vehicle, although I do think that would be a neat vehicle. But, you know, my son is coming into the business, and I usually drive a truck, and it's usually a newer truck. But I always remember back when I got my first new truck, and I'm going to say this is probably back in early 2000s. And it was an extended, nothing like the trucks that you get today. Like the trucks we drive today are just crazy, like, almost 6-figure trucks for, a 3/4 ton truck. It's crazy. But it wasn't that fancy of a truck, but back 20 years ago, it was a nice truck. And I remember this guy. I even remember the address. I pulled up, I opened my door. He said, "Don't even bother opening your door. I can't afford you. You just keep on trucking." And he sent me away. He wouldn't even let me quote the job for him. But he was an older fella, and he would have preferred someone show up in a beat up old van with ladders on it, maybe. That's what he would have preferred. To me, I think, I like to, I want my company to be represented that we're, doing well. We can afford new vehicles. Some months we can't afford them, but looking professional and also lettered. We're we're a branded company ourselves. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I get a couple projects around the house, and when I call for an estimator, and if they show up with a fancy big truck lifted, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be expensive. So I usually get a couple quotes after that.
yeah, just to keep everyone in line. Well, there's a jacked up truck, 6-inch lift kit and big exhaust and whatever. I don't really think that's something for a business vehicle, but to each their own. To each their own.
Yeah, as long as you have some ladders and some samples. Nice and simple. We're not prideful here. We're just humans, and we're trying to help other humans.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so when does the season really start kicking off for you guys out on the West Coast?
So usually summertime, springtime, when people are able to get outdoors, start painting, start doing roofing, remodels.
April-ish?
It gets pretty busy, and then when winter is about to come around, people are like, oh no, I haven't finished my projects.
Yeah.
So October is usually the busiest time of the year.
Same here. Yeah, just trying to get everything done before the holidays usually.
Yep, and then it kind of slows down from there.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen, it was great chatting with you today, and you didn't get the day off today. It's President's Day. We're chatting here. It's not a holiday for you out there?
No, same thing here. The kids are out of school, so they're just hanging out at the house, and we'll probably go to the park or something.
Yeah, nice. How many kids you got?
5 kids.
5? You didn't take them to Hawaii with Vitaliy?
I just came back from Hawaii.
Oh, you just came back. Oh, well,
and then two weeks later, I went to the GutterCon. So
yeah, nice. It sounds like a big deal for me to go to Hawaii, but that's because I'm on the East Coast. So you're so close to Hawaii, right? So for us on the East Coast,
6 hours for you would be 12 hours, I'm guessing.
I would think at least, yeah, maybe even more.
Huh. Well, I guess you can stop by Portland.
Yeah.
Spend a day or two here, and then it'll be 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Try to do that. I guess on the East Coast, a lot of people head down to either Florida or Dominican or Cuba. Well, I guess you guys can't travel to Cuba yet, can you? Is that allowed now?
I don't think so.
No.
You can probably travel anywhere you want if you have a passport, but
I don't think you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to go to Cuba. At least, I think Obama opened it up, but didn't Trump close it down again? I don't know.
I have no idea. I know he built a wall.
Yeah, he sure did that, didn't he? Half a wall. Partial one, yeah. Okay, well, listen, great chatting with you today. Again, thanks for that video you shot, and
Awesome.
we'll look forward to seeing you at GutterCon 2024, if not before. I do want to get out to the West Coast, so I definitely want to come see your shop there and meet with you guys.
Yeah, come
So
check it out. Maybe we can do a gutter convention here
yeah,
and get the Seattle people and Portland people involved.
yeah, cool. Okay, well, sounds good. Thanks a lot, and we'll be talking to you.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.